Okay, so now that we have installed Decision tree plan as an add-in, what we'll be doing is we'll be using the decision tree add-in to solve a decision tree problem. So what I will demonstrate here is how we use decision tree software to solve the Hitech problem, which was the very last problem that we worked on during last week's class. So, if you were at the lecture, you will remember the Hitech problem. If not, then my suggestion would be to go to the course slides and look at the slides for week 2 and look at the problem first. But this was what we came up with as a decision tree. Now what we're going to do is, and it would help if you have a copy of this tree in front of you as you're going through this. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this decision tree into Microsoft Excel, into tree plan, and we're going to see what the solution is. So I'm assuming everybody has a copy in their hands. Okay. So what I'll do is go to add-ins and select decision tree. So select new tree, and so we start out with this very basic tree, which has a single sort of decision here with 2 branches. Okay. So and we have alternative 1 and alternative 2. Alternative 1 is in our tree, it's method 1, so I can just go in that cell and type in method 1, and I can also go in that cell and type in method 2. Okay, so we have method 1 and method 2, and then what we need is, if we go back to our decision tree here, for example with method 1 we have an event node, so I'm going to insert an event node right here. So I select this terminal node here in the form of a triangle, and I do Control-Shift-T. Okay, so it's Control and Shift and T at the same time. Okay. So I'm going to select this cell and do Control, Shift, and T, which is going to bring up this menu here. So what I want to do is change this to an event node. I want 2 branches, so I will say OK. So outcome 3 and outcome 4. So I can say outcome 3 is that method 1 works, and outcome 4 is that method 1 fails. Okay. Works with probability 0.6, right? So I'm going to change this to 0.6, and fails with probability 0.4. Now I am going to add more things to this, but I know that I have the same thing for method 2. It's only the probabilities are different. So what I can do is just select this event node here. Okay. Again, I can do my magic keystroke, which is Control-Shift-T. I can say copy subtree, and hit OK. I can select this triangle here, Control-Shift-T again, and say paste subtree, hit OK. And I have the same thing. I just need to change the probabilities to what they are, which is 0.7 and 0.3. Okay. Now, if we go back to our tree, we're sort of up at the point where we have this decision for method 1. So I'll go back here, select that terminal node there, which is when method 1 fails. I will do Control-Shift-T, say change to, well, it's already at decision node, since we have a decision there. I'll say OK, and then I will say modify or abandon. finally, what I will do is, well, if we abandon, that's the end of it. If we modify, we go to this node again, do Ctrl-Shift-T, turn this into an event node, and then we again have works versus fails with probabilities 0.4 and 0.6. Now what is left is to enter the outcomes, the payoffs. So these were in millions, but we decided just to keep them small. So well, if it works, we had £1 million, so I'm going to enter it in here. Okay, I'm going to enter it in this cell which says 0. So 1, and this is a -6. As you can see, this is -3.2 here for this branch, which is exactly the same as what we had for our calculation rate there. Oops, up here, it's -3.2. Abandon is -5, which gives us decision 1 over here. We have, if it works, we had 6 million up here, and do check that these numbers work. And then for method 2, we had 3 million over here, and then -2 million over there, and that's it. So as you can see, we have 2.32 million here, and method 1, which is exactly the same as our choice, right? We had method 1, which gave us 2.32. So that's it. That's how to use tree plan. Play around with it, see how it works.